Good day, everyone. Good day, everybody. Happy Sunday to all of you, wherever you hear me from. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I say thank you for coming on today. Happy Sunday to everyone. It's your regular host again, Edith Idem. They are coming your way with the African Pacesetters every Sunday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. Every Sunday. Please don't miss it. We bring you this live stream on 3 platforms concurrently. We air on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. So please make sure you log on onto any one of these platforms to watch us. Just subscribe so that when we come on air, you don't miss us. You don't miss the show. And from Monday to Sunday, I have my different colleagues coming on air with different topics. It's very educative. I encourage you to also watch. So subscribe. So it won't be a problem for you to know the time. Just subscribe. You don't have to know the time anymore. It will come on and then you know that we are on the show. So please share the good news. Share the broadcast. Okay? Share. This show is powered by the GCSDN, Global Coalition for Security and Democracy in Nigeria. So before we move on, I want to really apologize to my beautiful fans. For last week, there was a technical glitch. I had an emergency, family emergency, and I couldn't do the show. I didn't have any pre-recorded show to air for you. I wanted to come live because my viewers and my fans also, they always want to see me live. So I wanted to come on live and I had an emergency. Somebody was supposed to stand in for me and the person had a technical glitch. So I want to really send my apologies across. I'm very, very sorry because I got some DMs and they were like, where are you? Where are you? So I'm here now. Yay. So let's just enjoy my vibes. Okay, let's enjoy each other. Today we will talk about Unicef. Moving on. And what it stands for in the West and Central Africa. Let's keep telling our stories. Like I said before, let's keep telling our stories so that we can celebrate ourselves by ourselves before others can celebrate us. Charity begins at home. If you don't celebrate yourself, others don't also know that you're worthy of celebration. Everyone doing good is worthy of honor, right? So let's keep celebrating ourselves. Before we move on today, I want you to invite your friends so more people can join us. Invite them onto the fold. I want to see many people. I love to see so many people watching me and, we're relating. One-on-one, the warm vibes. It's very exciting and educative, I promise you. So we encourage you to bring in others. I'm going on a quick break and I'll be back shortly. Enjoy the break.
We're taking over. We're taking over. We're taking over. We're taking over. Somebody wave your PVC with a shot. Come on, wave it. We're taking over. We're taking over. We say no to electoral violence. If you have your PVC, wave it and join me sing. Hallelujah. Everybody join me sing. Can you lift your PVC? Wave it and join me sing. Hallelujah. Everybody join me sing. We have come to sing your praise for your goodness in our life. We have come to raise your banner for the kindness you show to us. Our Lord is...
Okay, that's PVC. I can keep going. I love that jingle. I love it. Okay, welcome back to African Pacesetters. We are just starting. In case you just log on, in case you just see me now, we're just starting. We just went on a short break and now we are back. So today we're going to talk about UNICEF. UNICEF is the short form of United Nations Children's Fund. It's an agency responsible for providing humanitarian and developmental aid to children. UNICEF was the world's first international organization for children, established by the United Nations General Assembly on December 11, 1946. That's a long time ago. So as we go along, we'll discover how UNICEF builds a better future for every child in West and Central Africa. So today this is what we're dealing on, what they are doing for the children, because it's UNICEF. Early age of children, the early days, what they're doing for them, and how we're coping, how it's, their effort to make Africa one of the better place, having children, raising family, just life in general. So they're trying to make it better. So they're concentrating in West and Central Africa. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. If you see my map, my map also is the map of Africa, but I'm really dealing with the West, the Northwest, no, dealing with the West Africa and Central Africa, which is the Mauritania, Senegal, Guinea, Togo, Nigeria, the Republic of Congo. We have Chad, we have our African Republic, Gabon. We have so many. So these are the ones that I can remember, but they are dealing with those places right now. And they're making sure that childhood is not something that is unbearable. They're helping families, especially in the impoverished areas. So let's keep going. In Western Central Africa, UNICEF works with partners across the region to achieve the sustainable developmental goals. A set of global goals to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that all people enjoy peace and prosperity by 2030. Africa's prosperity will depend on whether children, particularly the most disadvantaged children, are prioritized in policy decisions being taken today. The policy and investment choices being made now will impact the well-being of Africa's children and shape the continent's future. Children now account for almost half of all population of Africa's population, and by 2055, Africa will be home to 1 billion. That's the projection. Africa will be home to 1 billion children. By the end of the century, it is projected that Africa will be home to nearly half of the world's children. Because they breed, they just keep having babies. We act at crucial moments in the child's life, starting where a child's life cycle begins in pregnancy all the way to adulthood. So in Africa, some people don't even understand what birth control is. They just keep having babies. They'll tell you, oh, when God bring babies, we'll have them. So because there's no control and there's no cap on how many children you can have, people they are at liberty to have children. It's God's gift, we understand, but having children that you cannot take care of is another problem. So UNICEF has put their strength out there to help us, to help the Central and West Africa. They have discovered the top most 5 priorities. There are so many, like countless priorities, but when you have to deal with some numbers, you have to prioritize, okay, which one is number 1, which one is number 2, and all of that. So they have 5 priorities to work on in Africa. Number 1, I'm going to take 5. There's a lot, but because due to time, I'm going to take 5 of them. Child survivor. Every woman, newborn, child, and adolescent should have an equal chance to survive and thrive. Today, children in West and Central Africa have a greater chance of reaching their 5th birthday than ever before. Child deaths have declined by a half over the past 25 years, and a significant victory for children and women. However, the vision of keeping every child alive is not in sight yet. The West and Central Africa region accounts for a third of all global child deaths, with most child deaths caused by easily preventable and treatable diseases such as neonatal complications, pneumonia, malaria, and diarrhea. So when they say preventable and treatable diseases, these are something that's could very easily to treat if they had gone to the right place Okay, so some of those diseases I would mention, neonatal complications would be like birth defects, birth injuries. Birth defect is something like congenital disease, something that came with the child at delivery. So difficulty in delivery, sometimes you have birth injuries, sometimes the baby is breech, and it's not easy to come through the normal canal, which is the vaginal birth, so you have to do some cesarean. Or sometimes the baby is born by forceps. Baby is too big, mom can't push anymore, mom don't have the um, the right medical care, the right attention to do all this. So that causes birth injuries for the child. And when a child has birth injuries, it goes all the way. So especially the mental injury, that one never heals up. So we also have breathing problems if the child has taken so much of the amniotic fluid. It's the lungs is kind of full and the child can't breathe, so you have to have a child in the hospital to know this. If you have a child at home, you don't know the difference, and that child can just very little things. We also have drug addiction. Some people are pregnant, some women are pregnant and they're still hooked on drugs. Some smoke, some take over-the-counter drugs that they were not prescribed, because when a woman is pregnant, she becomes very sensitive. There's a fetus growing inside of her. She's not allowed to take so many medications, so she has to be under the watch of her obstetrics and gynecologist all the time. But some women just think this is a given, and they don't go to the hospital. They just self-medicate, and some actually take drugs, hard drugs. So addiction is very wrong in pregnancy. So when somebody is pregnant and you hooked on drugs, that baby might be affected. 90% the baby will be affected. So the baby comes with so many problems. Failure to thrive is the baby has very low weight, baby can't thrive. If the baby is premature, baby can't thrive. If until you go to the very hospital. So you don't want to wait till the end of your pregnancy before you start seeing an obstetrics and a gynecologist. You want to make sure, obstetrician I mean, and a gynecologist, you want to make sure that your baby is all right. Even during the prenatal care, they go and they scan you and they do blood work and they do so many things. But some people take it for granted. At now, we're still hearing that some women are still going to that day old women who private doula, like just a support for having babies. They still go there to have their babies. It is not safe. I know that in the cave days it was being practiced, but let me tell you, it's not very safe doing all those stuff. So we encourage people to, excuse me, we encourage people to make sure that they go and see their gynecologist regarding pregnancy. Please don't take it for granted. Don't stay home. It is not right. It is not right. So these are easily preventable diseases, but you come up with all this and it's too late for the baby to get care when the baby is already affected. So low blood sugar too. All these are easily preventable if you have been visiting the doctor. So please remove that from your mind. When you're pregnant, please see a doctor. So secondly, let's take education. Child should complete a quality and relevant basic education. When it comes to education, quality is a must if we want to build a better future for the next generation. Unicef and its partners work to improve teaching skills, quality standards, life skills, programs, and early learning assessment. Thirdly, in the West and Central Africa, we support child protection systems to prevent and respond to child violence, abuse, and exploitation. Violence, abuse, and exploitation of children in West and Central Africa are tragic aspects of childhood. Surveys show that the vast majority of children experience violent discipline. Nearly 1 in 3 teenage girls have been beaten or hit since the age of 15, and 1 in 10 raped sexually. So this is something that is a no-no for me. Children are supposed to be protected. So the children are going through violence. We know that bringing up a child in Africa sometimes is very difficult. There's this physical abuse. Parents will say they are training up their child, and they hit the child physically all the time. But that is the way we grew up. But thank God it wasn't extreme. But we're seeing extreme cases where it is wrong. Nowadays, you're not allowed to do that. You can talk to a child, even if the child is 7, 8. There are ways to also go around it without hitting a child. If you send your 10-year-old and say, okay, clean your room or take the garbage out or vacuum, and the child is still, just playing games or ignoring you, take whatever the child is doing that the child really loves to do, like game. Just take the game away and say, until you do it, you're not getting your game. That is a form of punishment, and that is acceptable. So hitting is not acceptable. Don't hit a child, because whatever you do to a child, that you leave the mark forever. The child is going to think about it. The child is going to, live in that world of violence. So please do not hit your children. Like, even if you have to do a spank on the hand, it should not be more than that. Spanking should be very mild. But if you are using these extreme forces, using weapons like what we call koboko, belts, those are not encouraged. At this time of the day, we are trying to thrive well. We are trying to go well. We're trying to train our children the way it's acceptable, and also, bring them up to the acceptable level in the society, in the community. So whatever you do to that child inflicts pain on that child. Many of them never forget. They live in that pain, and especially if you're not sorry about it, they live in that pain. So if you're watching me today, you are a new mother, a new father, or you are a parent, or you're planning to be a parent. I'm just telling you that, physical, being very physical with your children is not the right way to go. You can still achieve the same thing without hitting those children. You can, because it's doable. I can tell you from my story, it's doable. So let's keep going. So now we have child marriage. Child marriage is also a no-no, a serious violation of children's rights. It affects 4 in 10 girls aged 20 to 24 who were married before 18th birthday. The region also has a quarter of all girl victims of female genital mutilation and cutting, and the highest rate of teenage pregnancy in the world. Despite significant progress in improving civil registration and vital statistics systems, birth registration rates in the region are low and declining in some countries. Less than half of all the children under 5 and in West Central Africa are registered at birth. So child marriage is something that it should not be practiced at all. There's no negotiation. There's zero tolerance for that. I can't tolerate it. How can you send a 14, 13, teenage, very young, to a man's house to do what? And this man you're even sending them to is like twice their father's age. Sometimes you're sending a 14-year-old to a 60-year-old man. It doesn't make sense to me. For the love of God, it doesn't make sense. What do you want the child to do? There is a child. That child is supposed to be in school, or is supposed to be doing something for mom, helping mom or helping dad in the farm, or helping mom in the at the kitchen, or even doing his homework, his or her homework. So I don't really know. In our country, in Nigeria, they mostly practice this in the northern region. We're trying to discourage them. This is not right. You cannot take a child into a marriage. That child is still a child. What do you want that child to do when he gets to the man's house? Then the child is being raped severally. The child is, taken advantage of. The mind should grow up accept this before you go for a marriage. The legal age for consent is 18. So before then, you taking that child to a man's house to marry the man, you're just committing an offense, an unforgivable offense, and it's not right. So UNICEF is also trying to tackle these areas that you shouldn't be doing this. This is not right. If you're practicing it or you're thinking of practicing it because your religion says so, humanly speaking, excuse me, humanly speaking, is not right. You're not supposed to. Children are supposed to be left as children. They should go through childhood, grow up, and then their mental they can recollect, they can do so many things with their mental ability. You don't just force a child out, take the childhood away from that child and want a 14-year-old to become a mother. uh, it's just not done. Like, it's intolerable. I can't relate with it. So my dear viewers, if you have anybody doing that, please discourage them from child marriage. A child is supposed to be taken care of, not to be dumped in one man's house, to be taken advantage of. Please, we are against it. UNICEF is against it. The world is against it. Child marriage is a no, no, no. Okay, so we have the next one is clean water. I think this is the last one. Clean water, basic toilets, and good hygiene practices. They're essential for the survival and development of children in West and Central Africa. However, these basics of life are still not at hand's reach for many children and families. In West and Central Africa, UNICEF helped to provide water, sanitation, and hygiene skills to the poorest communities. Schools, health facilities, including emergencies. So sanitation is very, very crucial when you have to maintain good health. I think good health sanitation is on the top list. So in schools and houses where there's no running water, where you have stale water, I just wonder, even if we saw them in Africa back then, uh, right now I don't know how to deal with it. I just wonder how it is. You let me just make an example. You coming from the restroom, you have to wash your hands, and then there's this stale water in the bowl. So you go there with your hand and dip your hand inside that bowl to scoop some water out to wash your hand. So in the process of doing that, you are just reinfecting that water. See, the what do you call it? The germs in your hand is being passed to that stale water, and somebody else is coming also to take that water to wash hands. So as you all wash hands, you're just kind of circling that infection, that germs around. You're just circling it. So when you're drinking from stale water too, it's not clean. But sometimes this is the best that they can get. Only we just hope that things get better. So some poor communities still have this as a big priority. They can't solve it yet. If you are in this show where we show this Arodo community, you will see that we've been also crying for some communities back home that they can't be drinking from the well that the animals defecate in. You have to drink from a running water, from the tap water, which is running. It's safer than stale water, which you have tadpoles, you have lizard, cockroaches, and everything going there, and then you go there, you go back there to drink. So those are the kind of things that UNICEF is trying so hard to make sure that in every community, even if they can't do it, but most communities should have a borehole so that they can drill and the water will be running for the use for the community. So moving on, we have a fair chance in life. Last but not the least, every child has a right to his or her full potential without discrimination. In West and Central Africa, we seek to understand and address the root causes of social and economic equality so that all children, particularly those who suffer the worst deprivations in society, have access to basic social services. The above and many more are what the Unicef is tackling in these areas of Africa. I encourage you all to also go back and read up on UNICEF on your free time to learn more about this information. Information is key to success. There's a lot there in Wikipedia, but I just picked up the 5 most important, because in that list of to-do list that they have, there is this 5 which I just talked on. These 5 most important. I also encourage you to read. Reading is knowledge, and knowledge is key. So also go back after my show, because of time factor. I always just I pick and we talk about it. So also go back and read. So this is the show today, and I hope you guys all understand. I have clearly butchered these 5 priorities. I have given you explanation on education. Every child should be educated. You don't have to have a master's degree or a PhD to be educated, but at least the list should be WAEC. Is it not WAEC? Yeah, West African, whatever. So the list should be WAEC, which is the grade 12, GED. So no child should be left, no stone should be left unturned, no child should be left idle without going to school. All the children in your care, if you have children in your care, please, education is key. Even if you have to wave off now and go do a trade, you should be able to put some measurements down. A tailor or a fashion designer who can write my measurements, I don't think that person is going to thrive well in the business. A man doing any kind of business that cannot write numbers and sentence cannot thrive well. So that's why education is the most important things to for a child's life. Okay, a child who has education has the basic knowledge for education. So right now, let me see if I have comments. Okay. So Faith Yasa, area mama, you look good. Yes, I am the area mama. Any other one are counterfeit. Yes, that is my title. Now me chop that title for life. Okay, some people say the camera is not on my eye level. I thought it was. Okay, so let me move it. Okay. My apostle, are you there today? More grace to you, ma. More grace. They see your work on Facebook. You too much. Hello, babake. Ael. United we stand. Amen. We stand in unity and we stand in progress. We're going on. We reject agbado and cassava. Amen. So you want to pluck my teeth out, right? Thank you. Oh, do I have any other comments? Okay. I'm hoping that my eye level is at the camera level too. Okay. Let me see. Because somebody just told me, my brother just said I should be my eye is not up to the. So my dear, we are almost done on the show. I want to play you a video. Any new comments? No. I want to play you a video. Before I want to warn you of this video. I have been running away from this video. Why? Because each time I play this video, I come across it, it tugs at my heartstrings. Very heart-wrenching for me, but I have decided to brace up today and face my emotions, face my fears, face my worries. I want to play it for you, but I just encourage you to hold your heart and watch. Okay? Watch it, then we will talk.
I saw horror. Wallahi tallahi idan abu yana kama da yawmal qiyama. Allah ina gana gan shi when I was in captivity. I saw that. I saw horror. I still have nightmares, bad nightmares da sai an rike ni har yau har gobe akan horrors din da na gani. Akan horrors din da na gani. That's why I left Nigeria. That's why I'm here. But wallahi tallahi, if you have not been through what we've been through, a lot of us that have been in captivity and been raped multiple times by terrorists, you would not know. You would not know the pain. You would not know the agony. Nobody stood. Nobody believed me. Nobody said anything. Nobody helped me. No one. No one. And that's what's happening right now to our children. That's what's happening right now to our children. They're being killed. Nobody's believing them. Nobody's saying anything. I'm angry. Nobody's accepting any refugee from northern Nigeria. Nobody. I was raped. I was raped. I was raped by terrorists. I was raped. I was beaten. I still have marks on my arm. I know what's going on. I know the pain. I know the pain.
La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
Okay. Yes, that is the video. So I've been running away from that video because, like I said, it just pulls my heart when I see the video and I'm lost for words. But today, thank God that you've watched it with me. I decided to brace up my fears, my emotions. This is a woman like me. So the reason I brought this video to you is for you to know the situation in Nigeria. Like I said, my show is not about politics, but these are my brothers and sisters. This is where I come from. So I am undeniably a Nigerian. Okay, so I have the right 100% to talk about ourselves, because if I don't, who is going to do it for me? That was a woman that was raped. If you're a woman here, you know exactly what rape means. And you can relate to the story. And if you're a man, you have a sister, you have a mother, you have a daughter, you have neighbors, you have loved ones that you really like, you know, and you won't like this if it happens to them. This woman was raped under the watch of Buhari and Osinbajo's administration. Rape is something that when you talk about rape to a woman, it's better you just take a gun and shoot me than to rape me. I have never been raped, but I am a woman. So I can tell you from being a woman that rape is an unacceptable, like I don't have anything to describe it. The only thing is, if you should put a gun at my head and you give me option of rape and gun, just shoot me, because I can't live with the memories. It is horror. That woman is living terribly in a very, very horrific moment, and I wish I can give her a hug. It is not right for any woman to be taken advantage of. That is your dignity. That is it's your integrity, your honor, everything. The fiber in your being, that is your body. That is your privacy that you don't want anybody to invade if you don't consent. You see that? I'm married. I still have the right to say, man, not today. Did you hear that? Because it's my right, it's my body. It doesn't matter if you're married or not. When a woman says no, it's no. You don't invade that privacy. Because you're coming into me, I have the right to say no. But when you are under this terrorist environment, when they capture you and you are in danger, now this woman has no life, nothing. She was taken advantage of. She was raped severally in the terrorist camp. I just want you to think about this. Is this what you want to vote for again? I hope the terror she's living in comes out of her one day and she's able to brace herself again and live well. Is this what you want to vote for? APC. I would have, in a sane country, I would have thought that APC would come out to say, we are sorry for messing up Nigeria this much. No, they have the guts to come out and tell us that they want to come in and cause another chaos. And to worsen the situation, Tinubu's child came out the other day to tell us, Tinubu's son said his father does not owe us any apology if he chooses a Muslim or whatever ticket. Please, is this what you want to vote for again? Do you want a repetition of this? If you're a woman, I want to leave you with that thought. If you're a man, go with that thought. Is this what you want? When they were sworn in, they promised to protect our lives and properties. But today, we are in shambles. I want to leave you with that thought. Thank you so much for listening. Let me see if I have new comments. Sonny Demi, fabulous area mama. Happy Sunday to you. Well back to show. We missed you greatly for some time now. Thank you, Sonny. Thank you so much, Hobby. Thank you so much. Thank you. I miss you guys too. I miss all my see, after playing that video, I'm not myself again. I'm trying to brace up. Do we have any new comments? Okay, so we've come to the end of the show. I think IA commented. Where did I see it? No. We've come to the end of the show, and I'd like to say thank you for watching. I would like to say thank you for your time. I'm very grateful, all my lovers. Please don't forget to tune in next week, the same time, 8 p.m. Nigerian time. I will be here live to give you the best. I always bring the best. So thank you. So next week, I'll be bringing your way another exciting story, very educative. Until then, stay blessed and do good to yourself and to other people. Do good for others, because that's the only way we'll celebrate you. Thank you so much. Ciao. Have a blessed one.